Here's something that should make regulators rethink EMF safety standards. When researchers exposed rats to magnetic fields, they discovered that age completely reversed how the immune system responded. Young animals developed inflammation. Older animals, their immune system shut down entirely. This study from Serbian researchers reveals a critical flaw in how we approach electromagnetic field safety. We treat everyone the same, but the science shows our bodies respond completely differently as we age. The research team exposed young and old rats to 30 millitesla static magnetic fields for 10 weeks. To put that in perspective, that's about 600 times stronger than Earth's natural magnetic field. You'd experience similar exposure very close to an MRI machine or certain industrial equipment. The results were striking. Young rats showed classic signs of inflammation. Their neutrophil to lymphocyte ratio, a key marker of systemic inflammation, increased significantly. Think of neutrophils as your body's first responders. When they flood the bloodstream, it signals your immune system is ramping up to fight something. But the older rats told a completely different story. Instead of inflammation, they experienced what researchers call immune suppression. Their lymphocyte counts dropped dramatically. These are the white blood cells that coordinate your body's defense against infections and disease. Even more concerning, the older animals showed signs of chronic stress response. Their platelet counts decreased, suggesting their blood's clotting ability was compromised. What does this mean for you? It suggests that magnetic field exposure affects your body differently depending on your age. The same exposure that might trigger inflammation in a 20-year-old could suppress immune function in a 70-year-old. This isn't an isolated finding. As I explore in my book, Empowered, multiple studies have shown that children and elderly populations respond differently to electromagnetic exposures. Yet our safety standards assume one size fits all. The researchers found that both age groups experienced reduced lymphocyte counts, but the underlying mechanisms were opposite. Young animals mounted an inflammatory response. Older animals couldn't mount much response at all. This has real implications for vulnerable populations. Elderly individuals already face declining immune function with age. If magnetic field exposure further suppresses their immune systems, they could become more susceptible to infections and slower to heal from injuries. The 30 millitesla exposure used in this study represents the high end of what people might encounter. Think medical imaging or industrial settings. But the principle matters for everyday exposures too. If age fundamentally changes how our bodies process electromagnetic fields, shouldn't our safety guidelines account for that? So what can you do? First, be aware that age may influence your sensitivity to electromagnetic exposures. If you're older or caring for elderly family members, consider minimizing time near strong magnetic field sources when possible. Second, recognize that children and elderly individuals may need different protection strategies than healthy adults. The one-size-fits-all approach to EMF safety doesn't reflect the biological reality this study reveals. Finally, stay informed about this research. The more we understand about age-dependent responses to electromagnetic fields, the better we can protect ourselves and our families. Find the full study and hundreds more at shieldyourbody.com/research. Find the full study and hundreds more at shieldyourbody.com/research.